A sports shop had a total of 700 cricket bats and footballs. If they sold 3/4 of the bats and 400 footballs, they would have an equal number of bats and footballs left. How many more footballs than cricket bats did they have in the beginning? Okay, we'll start by drawing a picture of what it is that we know. And we know that at the end there are an equal number of bats and footballs left. Okay, so this is going to represent cricket bats, if the pen will work, there we go, and this will represent footballs. So at the end there's an equal number. They're supposed to be the same size, believe it or not. Alright, now we know that if we look at the cricket bats first, we know that 3/4 of the bats were sold. Okay, this means that this must represent 1/4 that's left. So let's draw in the 3/4 that was sold. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, and that's how many cricket bats there were in the beginning. These are the bits that were sold off. Alright, leaving 1/4 left. And we know that this is of equal value to that. Alright, we need to keep hold of that. Right, let's have a look at footballs. We know that 400 footballs were sold. I don't know what portion that was. I'm just going to put in this line is not to scale. It could be bigger than this, it could be smaller than this. I just need to bear in mind that this is not to scale. It's just representing the number of footballs that were sold. So I'm going to put 400 here. Okay. We also know that there were 700 altogether before they were sold. The total of that is 700. Okay, now hopefully by having drawn it this way, it will be easy to see that if we take away this 400 from the 700, that we will be left with whatever value all of these add up to. Okay, so 700 take away 400, nice and easy, 300. Okay, so we know that this part of the diagram is equal to 300. All right, 300 cricket bats and footballs. Okay, right. So how many cricket bats and footballs are there altogether? Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 portions. All right. So if we would like to divide 300 by 5, that gives us 60. So we know that each of these has a value of 60. This is 60, 60, 60. Okay, are you with me? Because each of these was an equal size portion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know that this part is worth 300, so we divide by 5 to get the value of each portion. Now, we've done quite a lot of calculating. Let's go back and look at what the question's actually asking us. How many more footballs than cricket bats did they have in the beginning? Okay, so what did they have in the beginning? Cricket bats, there were 1, 2, 3, 4 portions of 60. So we need 60 times 4. Okay, so 4 zeros, 4 sixes. That gives us 240. So there were 240 what? This is cricket bats. When doing problems like this, it is really important to label as you go along. Otherwise, it can be really quite confusing and you'll really forget very quickly what each of the calculations represented. So this is 240 is how many cricket bats there were in the beginning. Let's have a look at how many footballs there were in the beginning. Well, again, another easy calculation, because this is 60 added to 400. So there were 460 footballs. Alright, I now need to take the 240 away from 460 because I want to know how many more footballs there were. I want to know the difference. So 240 taken away from 460. Okay. gives us 220. Okay, there were 220 more footballs.